Alright, so I think we'll get started. Welcome to the code session for metauni day 10. We're going to work on attach as luggage. So let me say the high level idea here. So the high level idea is that, well, partly this is just meant to be fun nonsense, but also getting around in the world in between sessions is, I think, an important part of feeling like you're interacting with other people in the world. So I think more of these things should exist, and this might be a fun one. The idea here is that in TRS or any other of the worlds, there will be a floating orb, much like the orb for the recording and audio. Just a second. To which you can attach yourself via ropes. The orb, let's call it the transport orb, has a set path that it moves through the world on, potentially carrying you from stop to stop within the world. Okay, so the questions I have about this are, I've used rope constraints before, so the seaweed in Song Spires is based on a bunch of parts attached by rope constraints. I think I understand that pretty well. The main question I have is how to move the orb so that the physics works properly. I've noticed before that if you just tween a part by tweening its C-frame, there's no forces involved there. It's just every frame the engine changes the C-frame. That'll change the point of the attachment, so if there's an attachment or a constraint involving the player, so I guess if we could attach one end of the rope to the orb, the other to the player's, Billy says, hand, neck. So if you're just tweening the C-frame, I guess the physics constraint will update and do something and drag you along, but maybe it's going to be a bit jerky. So I don't know the proper way to arrange that, so maybe someone can chime in, but I'm going to try. Okay, any questions? This happens every week. Okay. Bear with me. So Ethan was telling me about these in the context of tweening the orbs. So because it's a tween running on the server, the movement of the orb sometimes appears a bit jerky, and he suggested this might be a smoother solution. So what align position does is, as it says, attempts to constrain its attachment zero's position to the goal position, but does so using forces, I guess. Right, so it will apply a force that is calculated to achieve the given change in position. So maybe that's what I should be using. Okay. Is there anyone still left in the Rising Sea? Am I just going to nuke this live as I'm working on this? That seems like the responsible thing to do. Oh, yeah, okay. That's the machine sitting over behind me. All right, let me just get rid of that. Okay. So as I said earlier, I'm going to maybe make this go up here, so we can put a supplementary session up here and people can attach to the orb to go up and back. It might be fun. Okay, so I'm going to keep the proximity prompts the same as they're currently designed for the orbs. So maybe to start with, I'll just put these scripts inside the object. Okay, so I want to make proximity prompts that allow you to attach and detach. I'm just going to steal the code from the orbs. If I remember where it is. So the proximity prompt is this thing that when you approach close to the part to which it's parented, a little pop-up appears. You can hold down a key or click it. Okay. So proximity prompt service is what we need to connect. That'll pass you a prompt, the prompt that's being activated, and the player who's doing the activating. Okay. Much seems to work. Okay, now for the fun part. Okay, so let's have a look at ropes and rope constraints. Maybe let's play with them first in the studio. So if you haven't played with this before, it's a treat. I don't know why I'm having this in a model. So I'll just demonstrate by putting this up in the air a bit. Making another one. That might be fun. I'll make this one not anchored, and I'll connect them with ropes. So if you haven't played with this before, you need to go up to this constraints and rope, and you need to click twice. It's not exactly symmetric because the constraint 1 and constraint 0 I think maybe behave a little differently, I'm not sure, but okay, so you can see an indicator there where one end of the rope is going to go, and here's the other end. And there it is. And let's see what happens right now. I probably don't have to actually get in with my character. Okay, so you can see it's doing something. Here we go. Okay, so that's going to be us in a moment. Okay, so you can see what happened when I did that attachment was there was an attachment 0 that was on the first thing I clicked on, an attachment 1 that was on the second thing, and there's now a rope constraint. The rope constraint has in it two, I guess those are object values. Right, so they point to this attachment 0 and this attachment 1. Okay, so we need to make all of that inside the script if we're going to attach the player. And I'm doing this, well, sorry to be lazy, but in the interests of efficiency, I'm just going to steal the code for the seaweed from Song Spice. Okay, so the way a piece of seaweed is a bunch of blades that are attached one to the next by rope constraints, and you can see here that there's a new attachment made whose parent is the current blade of seaweed. The other attachment is parented to the previous blade, and then there's a rope constraint which binds, so this would be the current blade to the previous one, and then some length is set. Okay, so this is exactly what I want to do now, except the attachment points, one of them is the orb and the other one is the player. The orientation is interesting, right? So you'll see that this first attachment, maybe I'll finish changing the names, the orientations, they're both -90 on the z-axis there. And the position of the attachment, well, as you might expect, that relates to where it is on the object. So maybe let's examine these ones. So attach 0, orientation, okay, that maybe looks a little strange. Position, yeah, I think I don't really understand what these mean. Let's see what happens if I get rid of this. Ah, I see. Okay, so it's the orientation of the sort of C-frame of the attachment. That makes sense.
I didn't see what changed when you changed that.
Oh, it rotated slightly. These move attachments. See? Did you see?
Right. How does that orientation affect anything?
In
Like
terms
a single point, right?
In terms of the rope constraint, it doesn't. I mean, maybe it has some appearance difference, right? I don't know.
Could you zoom in? Is there like a little rod sticking out or something?
No.
It's just a ball.
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter. This might matter. Oh. Well, it might change what it means for the rope to stick straight out of the object, right? So it might solve the physics constraints differently if this was like 20. Oops. Let's have a look. It doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah, I don't think it matters for ropes.
I see. Are there other constraints for which it should matter?
Yeah, like hinges, which are constrained to one axis. And there it depends on how the attachments are rotated.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
And position, is that relative to the like constraining, or is that like absolute?
I changed color suddenly. I don't know why. It probably means nothing.
Like if that's 0, 0, 0, is the center of the ball.
It should be the center of the ball.
Okay.
I see. So it's just set. It updates by default if I move the object, presumably, but I, in some sense, can have this attachment be anywhere I like. I guess. I don't know. Let's see what happens when I move this. Oh, it's an off. Okay. No, it's an offset. Must be. So I put this to be 0. It must be the center of the ball. Yeah. Okay, so it's an offset from the position of the parent.
Yeah, and it has a world position property as well, and they are linked. So if you change one, the other one changes too.
I see. Cool. All right. So I think that's that. So one of the attachments, let's say this one is going to be the orb. The other is going to be the player's something. Just do that to start with. Position. I mean, I guess I just don't want to set this at all. Well, this one I guess I want to make it minus script.parent.size y divided by 2. Let's check that's roughly reasonable. So the position, small number, that doesn't matter. So that might as well be 0. And this should be, so the size of the parent is 8, right? So that seems good. So that's the top of the rope. The bottom of the rope attaches to the primary part. Its position can just be, yeah, whatever. I guess I don't need to do it. The parent, that should go in the orb, I guess. I don't know what difference it makes where the rope constraint lives. In the actual instance. And this, what's this number? The default 13-ish, okay. Let's give it a try. Oops. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get high enough to attach to it, probably. Okay. Wish I could switch this button to be play here. Keep forgetting. Alright. Should have used my personal board. Huh. Okay. Did something wrong. I should be able to have more than one rope constraint, right? I don't see why. See why that would be a problem, but they've even got the same name, but also don't see why that should be an issue. Let's try again just in case. Well, let's have a look and see if it's actually there. Yeah. I'm not allowed to attach things like that to the players.
You need to go to your character in the workspace.
Yeah, that's what I was intending to do. Thanks. Funny.
What's
Oh,
root
I think it's probably there. Yeah, look, it's there. It's just invisible. That's all.
right.
Okay, so that was amusing. Now I shouldn't have deleted that other one.
By the way, can you? It seems there's already a root rig attachment. Can you just attach to that instead of making a new attachment object?
I have no idea.
Because that's the same kind of thing, right? Just one that's already.
Yeah, good question. I don't know what that thing is. We can try. I'll give myself a buddy to hang with. Okay, so what was different about this color thickness? Maybe the thickness is 0 by default. Length must be visible. Probably that's it. All right, here we go. Okay.
You're like a child on a leash.
It looks awesome, yeah. Lots of our friends had exactly this arrangement for their toddlers. looks like the most demeaning thing imaginable to be put on a leash like that.
Then they do like, they make them into like little monkey backpacks or something.
That's right, yeah. Okay, let's tween this thing, I guess. Yeah. Alright. Again, I'm just gonna steal stuff. What? Oh. So we've done tweeting before in this seminar, if that's what it is. But tweeting is sort of smoothly animating something. It's quite nice. You just give it some property or an instance in the property that you want to animate, and then go play, and it will frame by frame do that for you. Okay, so we'll make a new tween info. This is the time it's going to take. Let's say 10 seconds. I guess let's make it loop, why not? And go back, and I'll give myself some time to attach. So the thing whose property I want to tween is the script's parent. And I'm going to make the position move from where it is now to up there somewhere. Well, let's say this thing, why not? The Penrose triangle. Has an orb in it. But maybe that is not. Okay. Well, we'll just take the position of that. Ah, okay. Alright, let's give this a shot. I have a feeling 10 seconds will be a long time. Are you ready, my swinging buddy? Let's go. Oh, I could also attach to him. Okay. That's
Nice.
That's not bad. Okay, back we go. Alright. It's a little janky, right?
It looks very against your will.
I'm gonna attach to this one as well. Is that gonna work? Oh, stay still, you stupid. What? I don't know why that didn't work. Should have worked. Oh, I copied it before I added the make visible. I reckon it's there. I don't have much control. I guess that's physically appropriate. But
You know, the first Roblox games I tried was like an Iron Man simulator. It'd be cool if you could just like use Iron Man thrusters or something.
Hmm. You should have a voting system where the people attached can vote on where the orb will go next. Let's see.
What if the speaker, instead of the orb, I don't know how well this will work. Instead of the orb like moving everyone, if the speaker had a rope constraint to the orb, but the speaker could fly, and they dragged everyone up there, then you could go anywhere. You could take the audience anywhere.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, it's double pendulum time. Stop. Alright. Now, you... it's pretty hard to do a proximity prompt that's moving. There, stay still. Alright. That's not going to do much. Okay, now I guess I want to check to see if this aligned position gives smoother motion. I mean, it's not bad, but this is in studio, right? And it's already kind of like this. Huh? It should keep going. I don't know why it stops. Oh, there it is. Okay. The delay repeats. I forgot that. Okay, so let's try a line position. I don't know how to use this at all. It's not going to help me. All right. So we have attachment 0, attachment 1. I see. Yeah, okay. Parent part of attachment 1 remains unaffected. Force location. By default, the force created by a line position applied to the parent part at the attachment's location. Direction of force always towards the goal. Okay. Yeah, let's try. So instead of okay, so this is going to smoothly. It says attachment 1 can be a position. I need to set the mode. Yeah, I don't get that. Oh, position is set. Attachment 1 is not used. Okay. All right. Guess I should parent it to something, but is it just gonna go or what? Active. Enabled. What's the difference? Indicates if the constraint is currently active in the world. Toggles whether or not this constraint is enabled. Okay. Oh, it's read. It's read only. Okay, it's just it's a conjunction of two things, whether you're in the workspace and whether you're enabled. So this is the thing I need to turn on. Possibly. I don't know if it's already on. Let's try. Alright. Well, it's not moving. Oh, it's after I attach. Okay. Oh, this thing is attached. I mean, it's anchored, I guess. Well, yeah, that's pretty stupid. What? Froze. Can't move anymore. Alright, I broke it. Sure. Okay, script parent anchored equals false. I guess I should do that in the tweening as well. It's kind of weird to tween the position of an anchored thing. Maybe it's okay. Actually, yeah, I don't know. This is a bad idea. Might make it smoother. Actually, that might also be true of the orbs, right? But then I don't really want forces to be acting. Yeah. Okay. Now's my chance to get my revenge. Whoa. Okay. What? Okay. What is going on there? I can't. Now it's back. Why? Oh, well, that's way jankier. Okay. I guess it's because I'm exerting a force on it, and that's not being ignored like it was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we should have the things stay anchored, I guess.
I just walked in and saw it happen.
Yeah.
What was that?
I tried it. I tried it with anchored turned off for because before it was tweening the position of the big orb, but anchored was on, which seems kind of weird, but I guess it's not weird. See, look what happens when it starts tweening. Last time it just kind of froze the physics. Yeah, look, I can't move.
Wait, this is when anchored is on or off?
It's off now. And now it'll come back, and then it'll let me start moving again, but it'll be kind of angry. What? Whoa!
It's trying to drown you.
Help! 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 Let me out! And then off we go. Okay.
Have you tried setting
my
the
God.
network on it?
Setting what? What?
Have you tried setting the network on it to your player? I don't know if that would help, but it might.
The what to my player? Sorry? Yeah, like, whoa.
Try setting the network on it.
Ah, okay.
But I think it's because you're tweening it while it's physical, and the tween is updating its position which makes the physics engine angry.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, well that was entertaining, but maybe not what we want to do. Okay, so let me try the align position version. That makes me, well, now I'm scared of align position, right? Because it needs to be unanchored for that to work. And
Yeah.
okay, but at least, I mean, it's working by exerting a force, so you know, it shouldn't be like the physics engine and the tween fighting over the position. But before, this just didn't work at all. Like, nothing moved. Okay, but it doesn't. Okay, it is a kind of heavy part, so maybe the align position max force is not sufficient or something.
You just make the part lighter.
Yeah. Or I could just make this very large, whatever that is. Can either be configured or set to the maximum that constraints allow. Whether the force is configurable is determined by the rigidity enabled. Yeah, I think I want to turn that on. Reacts as quickly as possible to complete the alignment. Okay, this should be entertaining.
It seems like you're making a rail gun.
Yeah, I'm the ammo. Okay.
We make a rail gun and then we attach people with
Whoa,
ropes.
yeah. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, this version is so
I like how
incredible.
it's dragging you along the ground first.
Were you running while it was dragging you on the ground?
Oh, this is so good. Okay. I'm so glad Ethan told me about align position. Okay. That needs
Wait,
to...
does it just behave like a very strong magnet? Or
I guess so. It's probably literally exactly what it is. Okay. I don't know why. Why did it go along the ground so long though? And then up. It must have. Oh, it took some time to overcome. Well,
I mean, if you're applying the direction of the force, like directly towards the target location, then you'll be sort of like there's a downward gravity force that's sort of making your resulting acceleration more along the ground, right?
yeah. Okay, so let's try doing this a bit more. Max force. This can't possibly go wrong, right?
There is no
Whoa.
rate.
Okay. That's not bad. Okay. Surely that's a sensible thing to do. Multiples of math dot huge. Okay. I don't know. 100? That seems like it's probably not very large, actually. Yeah. It's trying. Oh, come on. I do like the idea of it feeling, whoa, okay. problem with setting a max force is that when there's more than one player attached, it won't work.
Can you calculate it based on like the number of players?
Ah, the mass of the players attached. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, I wrote a function to add up the weight of players somewhere. What was that for?
But there's also a max velocity property. So you can just give it a ton of force and then limit the velocity. Then it will always have the strength to pull everyone.
Yeah, that's a good idea. This is gonna in what, studs per second, or I don't know. Must be 20 seems low. Oh yeah. That's kind of entertaining. I guess it's got this complicated. It's got this complicated dynamics because we're actually exerting forces on it, myself and the other ball.
Wait, is the ball the ball that's dragging you? Where's the rope constraint in that?
What do you mean? It was at the bottom. It's now somewhere.
Right, and are you attached to the middle of it?
No, I assume the forces are being exerted at the position where it's attached. So it's therefore giving it. There's a torque being applied, not only a.
No, but I mean the rope constraint that connects you to the ball.
Yeah.
Where is it connected to on the ball?
The exact bottom. It's set up in the script.
Right, and what about that other extra ball?
That's somewhere off to the side, yeah. So that's
Yeah,
why
maybe
it's
if they were both attached just at the bottom, it would be less like crazy.
I could get rid of this other one. That'll be sad.
Well, it'd be good to have just like another example player or something.
Yeah.
You could add
Okay.
it in a player or something.
All right. So let's just change that attachment point. I guess if I just change the mass or the density of this large orb, that should affect the degree to which we perturb it, because it'll still solve the force according to the max velocity. Wow, that's kind of cool. Alright, let's try that now.
Is it moving the bottom towards that? Towards the point? What's the align position thing? What position is it aligned?
The attachment must be.
So if you do the top of the ball, it might swing less and be
Oh,
more like
yeah, okay, that's a very good point, yeah. So
probably more like it's dragging you along.
yeah, yeah.
Because that would balance the forces. Because currently everything is just the same point on the ball, and the ball's just sort of really swinging around that point.
Yeah, I should be less lazy. I should. Make a new one. Should just be at the center of mass, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Okay, that's more like what I had in mind.
Ooh.
All right, now just let me make it come back and we can finish this.